Hello, dear dancers. This is Joana Saahirah with another message from the womb, reporting from paradise. This time around, I want to tell you about fear of your own greatness. Oh man, it's a pain in the neck, because most of us presume that we're afraid of failure, we're afraid of making a fool out of ourselves, and we also are afraid of those things. But I've discovered through observation of myself, first of all, and observation of students from different countries, different nationalities, different educational backgrounds, so a wide variety of people has that same terror, not of failure, not of not being able to do something, but of their own greatness. And this is, it's crazy, right? Because how and why would we be afraid of our own greatness, of our own star, of shining, of success, of abundance, of prosperity? First of all, there is this self-worth. Like, so many of us are educated not to wish for a lot, and are educated not to make a lot of noise, in the sense of becoming almost invisible. I remember my mom, in her best intention, telling me and my sister not to make a lot of fuss and not to bother people with our presence, almost as if we had to become invisible in order to be accepted and to be worthy of existing. And as dancers, I can see that all the time. People are terrified of disturbing others with their presence, with their shining, with their voice, with their physical existence, with their emotional input on music, with their presence on an energetic kind of way, which is actually where our power is as dancers. Our power doesn't end in our physical body, but it's extensive to the awareness of that we have on our souls. If you're aware that you're an energy field, you can fill this whole space with your presence, because energy is not limited to your physical body. So you don't actually finish here. You don't end where your hand ends. You don't end where your feet ends. So that awareness of greatness, of being a physical presence which is worthy of existing, it's present in everybody. Also, the question of responsibility, right? Because I think success and prosperity and assuming our own star and doing things all the way in relation to our authentic nature and shining from that place of personal power brings the subject of responsibility to the table. When you shine, it's not only that you bring your attention of the people to you, right? Because failure and falling and the victim role is something that awakens sympathy in most people. That saying that misery loves company. But somebody who actually refuses to play the victim role, although sometimes we are all let's say, in the role of a victim, but we can dress that role or not. I've hurt and been hurt, it's life, you cannot avoid it, but I refuse to see myself and to dance myself and to live as a victim. So for me, it's more important to assess my own power and releasing the fear of my own greatness, and eventually receive criticism than playing the victim and have a lot of sympathy and people patting my shoulder. I just think that that's not good enough. I deserve more, and you deserve more, and I am more than that victimhood, and you are more than that victimhood. So the basic fear that I observe in dancers everywhere is really not about making mistakes or failing. It's about their own greatness. When I propose an exercise or a dance and people start to move from their inner power, from their heart, from their soul, they start to feel this power, but they stop themselves. This is a very funny and sad at the same time dynamic, that you feel people are starting to get into their power, but then they stop. When it's starting to be too shiny, too big, too positive, they get scared, you know. It's like they're out of their comfortable zone, and sometimes a comfortable zone can be a very nasty zone. You see, we can be putting ourselves down and in a place of frustration and mediocrity and be comfortable in it because that's all we know. It doesn't mean it's the right thing just because you're comfortable there. It just means that that's what you know. So you're afraid of anything new, even if new is greatness. And as a dancer and as a human being, I think assessing your own greatness, not being afraid of being criticized and judged by assuming your power as a person, your creative power, I think it's a worthy risk to take. You deserve better than putting yourself in the last row, in the back row. You deserve better than trying to access that inner power, that energy that makes you bigger than your physical self, that energy that you are, that allows you to feel the space, any space. You deserve better than stopping yourself from flying that high. So I would like to propose that you start paying attention not only to your fear of doing a bad figure, you know, or failing or making mistakes. We all do mistakes, baby. It's not a big drama. But mostly pay attention to your fear of greatness, of your own greatness, and decide if you want to take the responsibility of being your own self and being in your power and being open to being judged and being the mirror of people's frustrations too, because there is a price for that empowered place. There is a price. I mean, not everybody will like you because an empowered person reflects an empowered person. It also reflects somebody who is not in their power. And sometimes this mirror dynamic is not very harmonic because somebody who is not in their power, seeing somebody who is in their power, can feel disturbed and can have a lot of negative reactions. So you gotta be ready for it. It's not a smooth, easy ride, but somehow you will be a flame, you will be a fire that inspires a lot of people to access their own flame, their own fire, to go for their own greatness. And you know, I say pay the price. I mean, whoever is not in their power will eventually come by, and whoever is ready to go into their greatness spot, they will feel an impulse to do so when they see you doing it by yourself. And it's a beautiful, beautiful dialogue, a beautiful expansion that happens from me to you, from you to another person who sees you in that greatness spot, in that greatness empowered state. So don't be afraid of your own greatness. Don't be afraid of all the potential that is burning inside you to be released. We are here to do our best and to be our best. Life is very short, honey, it's very precious. We're moving on to different lives eventually, you see, but this one right now is the one you have to live, so you better make the best of it. Okay? Yalla, jump into your greatness. No fear, and much, much love.